Okay, in this question, we are supposed to evaluate cotan of sine inverse of -5/6. The first thing that you have to notice is that I don't know, and let me make it more precise. No one other than calculators, maybe, know what is the angle whose sine is -5/6. This is not, in other words, one of the sine tricks that we get from those special angles. What should we do in these cases? Well, we start from the fact that, well, sine inverse of this number is going to be an angle, yes? So first, let's see what kind of angle is that. So we are looking for an angle which is sine inverse of -5/6. In other words, sine of theta is going to be equal to -5/6. Well, this is actually when theta is a number between -pi/2 and pi/2. That's basically how sine inverse is defined, yes? But we have one more point here. So far, what we know is that that angle is either on the first quadrant, so between 0 to pi/2, or the second quadrant, so either here or here. But I also noticed that theta is an angle whose sine is negative. First quadrant, sine, cosine, tan, cotan, all of these are positive. So that means that theta is going to be not in the first quadrant, but in the fourth quadrant. Here, it means that theta is going to be something like this. I'm just randomly just drawing an angle, theta there. What else we know? We know that a sine of a theta is -5/6. On the other hand, I know that if I use this xy coordinate, any xy coordinate on this guy, sine is going to be given, sine theta is going to be given by opposite over hypotenuse, yes? So if I have a triangle here, that will be what we have. Now, I can take a triangle whose opposite side is 5, so here, and hypotenuse is 6. Well, I am just here saying this is, the length is 5, but that negative is because if you look at this point here, it will have the second component -5. How about the first component? Well, this is what we are looking for. Use Pythagorean theorem. It will be root of 6 squared minus 5 squared, which will be what? 36 minus 25. This is 11. There's a root there. So my point here is root 11 and -5. Very nice. We found lots of information. Let me just go back to what we were trying to find. So cotan of sine inverse of -5/6. And this is cotan of theta. Yes, we call this guy as theta. But when you look at cotan, it is, if you look in the plane, xy Cartesian plane, it will be given by either you say adjacent to opposite, or you can say x over y. where that x and y is any point on this line. We specifically have this guy here, and that means that we have root 11, that's x, over negative 5, which is that is y. So we have negative 11 over 5. With some gymnastic, we were able to find, without knowing what is the theta itself. That's the key point in this question. I don't need to know what is theta itself. Just by using the given information, I was able to find not the theta itself, but cotan of the theta.